This is my LEGO Can-12 class Arrestor Cruiser, built in midi scale. I designed it for Brickvault a while ago, and I'll tell you more about the ship and LEGO model in this video. The Can-12 class Arrestor Cruiser was first shown in Andor, one of the best Star Wars media ever released. It was designed to ensnare and steer rogue ships away. It's quite a large ship at over 1.3 km long, although the show makes it look smaller than it actually is. My LEGO model is 39 cm long, 19 cm wide, and 12 cm high on its stand. This stand can be removed for you to swoosh the ship around, and I'll talk more about the stability later. Most Imperial flagships have a triangular arrowhead shape, and this ship is no different. However, the arrowhead shape is inverted for the Arrestor Cruiser, as the pointed tip is towards the stern of the ship. At the front of the ship, there is a long narrow section with a large antenna dish at the end. This thin section looks fragile, but there is actually a long Technic structure in the middle, holding everything together. There is also a greebling strip here built to some grill and bar pieces. Moving on to the main body of the ship, there are two open hangars represented with transparent light blue pieces. The other two antenna dishes are also connected here with some bars and droid arms for greebling. In the sandwich section of the panels, I included even more greebling. There are roller skates, hinges, ingots, bars, grills, clips, and droid arms. At the end of the ship, there are the three engines with more transparent light blue pieces for engine glow. The bridge sits at the back of the ship, just like other Star Destroyers, and I built it upside down on the model because I needed to use these cheese grater slopes to get the correct angle. I used bars and clips to represent the antennas at the top of the bridge. Another unique section of the ship is this spine that splits the two panels apart. I built it using these 1x1 modified plates, which allowed me to put tiles on both sides of the piece. For the panels, they are basically identical, but I used different tile positions to make it look more visually interesting. It was definitely the hardest part to design because each panel is angled in 3 axes. There are a bunch of these clip and bar pieces holding the panels inside, so everything is stable. Removing the black stand, I can hold and swoosh the ship around without anything falling apart. The underside of the ship is clean as well, and I use some angled tiles to close the gap in the middle. The only section that is somewhat fragile would be these tiles at the front of the ship. I wouldn't recommend holding the ship from this section, but it's still very strong and it definitely won't fall apart, even when you shake it violently. The proper way to handle the ship would be pinching the flat spine section, or these tiles, and the anti-studs of the 1x3 plate on the underside. Now, let's see how this ship looks like next to my other models. This was the first ship I built in this scale and style, so it might not look as polished as the Star Destroyer Avenger. My midi Venator is scaled the same to the Arrestor Cruiser, and here's how they look next to each other. The instructions for the Venator can also be found on Brickvault with the link down below. Here's another Imperial ship, my ISD Avenger. The models are the same length, but the real Star Destroyer is about 300 meters longer than the Arrestor, so my models aren't to scale, but they still look good next to each other. If you're a fan of Andor and LEGO, I'm sure you'll enjoy this ship in your collection. It's really affordable since the parts are only about 50 USD, and it's easy to display because of its small footprint. Anyways, check out the instructions at Brickvault and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.